You can start, Sumit.
Um, Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Indian Ceramic Society of NITR, I would like to welcome you all to this orientation session and also to thank you all for giving us your valuable time. Hello, everyone. This is Sumit Kumar Oram, a member of NITR ICS from Design Team. Have you ever wondered about how the spaceships and rockets don't catch fire while traversing through the atmosphere? How the performance and components of a device like computers and mobile don't get affected by the heat generated by it, or why the cups and glass don't get affected when hot liquid is poured in them. What kind of materials make such fits possible, and how much more further can it assist in the advancement of human civilization? These are some of the things and ideas on which we, NITR ICS, work and strive to mine the ultimate potential that lies in materials and push it to its perfection. So, before going any further, I would like to brief you the proceedings of today's meeting. First, we'll give you a brief introduction on what is NITR ICS, and then we will talk about our club activities. After that, we will highlight the achievements of our club, and then we will give you an introduction of our department professors. After that, there will be a short session on ceramics and its wonder, and then we will talk about placements and internships. And we will conclude this session with a short interactive Q&A session with you guys. So let me first introduce you to the executive members of the club. This is Siddharth Nanda, the chairperson of our club, Sakti Swarup Mohapatra, the vice chairperson, Dipsika Brahma, the secretary, Ipsita Patra, the treasurer, Riyali Riya, the joint secretary, Naveen Kumar Yadav, branch representative of third year, and Somdev Ganguly, branch representative of the fourth year. Now, before knowing about NIT or ICS, you need to know something about INSUS. You see, INSUS is the main society which has various student chapters, and INSUS NITR is one of it. And you can also say that INSUS is the main body and NITR ICS is a branch of it. It is a non-profit organization which is established in 1928 under the active support of Pandit Madan Mohan Malaviya. Its main objective is to provide a platform or forum where all material enthusiasts, industrial professionals, and any other people interested in this field gather and exchange their knowledge and thoughts and contribute in the advancement of ceramic technology and material science. Now comes what is NITR, NITR ICS. It is a technical club registered under student activity body and it works in collaboration with INSUS student chapter of NITR. It was founded by Shivam Sharma and Tanay Kumar in 2017. Its aim is to provide exposure to students on material science and technology and to assist them throughout their journey in this field. Now, there might be some confusion in you between what is NITR ICS and what is INSUS student chapter of NITR. So, I'd like to give you a brief difference between them. So you see, NITR ICS is a departmental club which is registered under SAT and works in collaboration with INSUS student chapter of NITR. Whereas INSUS NITR is the student chapter, or you can basically say it is a branch of Indian Ceramic Society. The NITR ICS gets its budget from SAT to conduct various events. Like we usually conduct events in Innovision, which is the tech fest of NITR, or we also conduct events in any other occasions. But whereas INSA student chapter NITR organizes Mritika, which is an annual fest of INSAs and it is funded by the Indian Ceramic Society. Also, you need to note that the inductees will be a part of NITR ICS. And to be a part of INSA student chapter of NITR, you need to pay a membership amount. Now, this question must have come to your mind that why to join NITR ICS? So, well, you see, we NITR ICS wants to encourage students' curiosity and we also want to assist them in various field of material science. So for that, Monday Matter is an initiative from our side. You see, basically what happens here is that the members of NIT or ICS do their own studies and research on any topic of their own choice, and then they publish it in Monday Matter magazine. So this provides them with an opportunity to do research and also to learn about recent innovation and development in this field. Now also we have Mritika event. So what is Mritika event? You will know about this in detail in the later presentation, but I will give you a brief info about that. You see, it is an event organized by NITR ICS student chapter and is funded by INSUS. We host different competitions like presentations and quizzes, and also delegates from different industries, professors and alumni come to this and witness your presentation. Now, this gives you an opportunity to connect with them and also to get recommendation from them, which will definitely later helps you in bagging internships and placements. Also, we publish a Flashback Friday magazine. So what we do here is that we take interviews of alumni and other successful persons in their field and summarize their experience, the career path they took, and the suggestions for alternate professions. So this will give you an insight of the potentials that different professions hold and how you can exploit it. Also, we also welcome web developers and MLAI enthusiasts, as there are web projects that you can work on and add this in your CV. Also, some of you might don't know or may know, but ML and AI have vast applications in the field of research. So imagine if any member of the club is working on any research project, but he or she don't have any knowledge about ML and AI, then you can provide him assistance in that project. By this you will learn and gain experience, and your mind will mold on how fast the ML and AI is, and you will know the different applications on it, and it will make your mind flexible. And definitely you can also mention this in your CV. And the last is the editing and design. And as you already know that we have social media handles, and we need members to design posters and edit videos for these posts. So if you have any interest in editing or design skill, then definitely join us, as this will help you gain experience. So I hereby rest my part. Thank you. Now I would like to invite Purnima to tell us about the club activities. Purnima, please.
Now, hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, this is Purnima. Actually, now I gonna to discuss about our club events. Hope you all are enjoying our presentations and orientations program. ICS Club aims to promote exposure and to increase the awareness of the students towards the material science of the world. You know, our club act is a forum to improve one's communication skill, expressivity, and the knowledge towards material science. Various enjoyable activities just like Mritika, Flashback Friday, Monday Matter, presentation competitions, quiz competitions, and also placement diaries and some webinars we conduct under this club. Mritika. It is one of the annual fest of NIT Raulkela ICS. Do you know it has a budget even greater than Innovision, which is the tech fest of NIT Raulkela? You know, it was a grand event. Actually, this was the 2 days conference from. Actually, it was conducted on offline mode from 6 April 2019 to 7 April 2019. It was conducted. It actually it involves various sessions, just like paper presentations, quiz, lectures on various domains of ceramics, and many funds. A huge amount of funds were collected from the Indian Ceramic Society for this event. Here you can see this is one of the photos of the professors, students, scientists, and industrialists. Those who have attended the event Mritika. Many top industries just like Nalco, Tata Steel, TRL Kroshaki, CGCRI, Aditya Birla Group have attended this event. Actually, Actually, it offers a common platform for students, scientists, and industrialists. Many students got the benefit just like getting internships and placements after connecting with some alumni here. Ritvik Sarkar, Atanu Ranjan Paul, Manish Kumar Singh, Sampath Misra, Dhiman Banerjee, and many more profound speakers have attended this event. We also do other activities just like Flashback Friday. Actually, it is one kind of our online event. Basically, in Flashback Friday, the story or the journey of the people who achieved a quit in the field is posted here. Actually, we took interviews, do drafting, and then we design and post it in our social media handles. Yeah, if you want to know more about this, then you can check our social media handle also. Uh, then Monday Matter. Actually, it is a magazine. We do this kind of event which focuses on a certain topic of ceramics, even an exclusive details knowledge about this. Actually, it is one kind of blog. This the magazine Monday Matter provides an opportunity to learn recent innovations and developments regarding the materials. We also do presentation competitions among our club members. Basically, in presentation competition, is certain kind of topic given to our club members. Then we present on this topic. The EC body of our club select the best four presentations. Then we upload these four best presentations in our YouTube channel. We also give certificates to the winners of these presentations. And this is the amazing event, Placement Diaries. We also conduct this type of event. Frankly, I am saying you that it is one of the wonderful event. I am enjoying this event a lot. I hope you will enjoy it. In this event, we take interviews of our branch seniors, those who have placed. By this event, we can know about how they have placed. Really, we feel warmed after knowing their placement journey. Here, these are some examples of the webinars. We also conduct some webinars. Yes, Archin Bisway Bhaiya and Siddhananda Bhaiya had conducted a webinar on quality improvement of magnesium oxide carbon bricks by adding nanocarbon and altering mixing regime. Actually, it was one of the very insightful webinar I have attended. And we have also conducted webinars just like we conduct an webinar on opportunity in bioceramic materials in orthopedic, dental, and tissue engineering applications. Honestly, I am saying you that it was this series of interactive session by some of the most renowned researchers in material science covering bioceramics. It was very simplified and elaborated manner they have also conducted. And we have also conducted one of the technical session webinar on new implementation of carbon in refractories. This webinar was conducted by our club, and the speaker here is our Deepsika Brahmadi, who is the winner of Women of Metal. Actually, this webinar is a part of her project in Women of Metal. Really, all these webinars we was conducted by our ICS club is very insightful. We also conduct quizzes. I think uh, I think you all have participated in quizzes yesterday. For more information about our club activities, you can check it in our social media handles also. Thank you.
Thank you, Purnima, for this amazing representation. So now, if you guys remember, yesterday we conducted a quiz, a short interactive fun quiz. So now we are going to announce the result of that. The first place goes to Samveda Nayak from Industrial Design Department. The second place goes to Abhishek Kumar from Ceramic Department. And the third place goes to Rakesh Baidya from the Ceramic Department. So those who didn't get any place, don't be disappointed because this was just a fun short interactive quiz which we conducted to give a glimpse of what actually is material science and how many questions and what is there. And also everyone will get the participation prize for that. So a heartfelt congratulations to everyone, to the placeholders and also who participated in it. Now I would like to invite Tushar Goyal to tell us about the achievements of our club. Tushar, please.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, you are audible.
Hello, guys. Good morning. Hope you all are doing good in the time of NIT Rourkela. Let me start with introducing myself. I am Tushar Goel, a sophomore who is currently pursuing BTech in ceramic engineering. I am also the branch representative from the Institute Counseling Services. Firstly, I also didn't know what is ceramic engineering, what all we do, what do we learn here. But after inducting in this club, I've got a lot of opportunities. While I've attended Flashback Fridays with some of the excellent people in this department, I got to know that even this stream has got a lot of information which is so much interesting. So yes, get yourself ready to go with your and enjoy the moment in this college with our family. So I'm here to let you know about the achievements we as a family has achieved within past 2 years. We have always worked hard to make our family proud internationally, and I'm going to share some of the glimpses with you all. So we can go on with the first one that our club has achieved in this Calcutta Conclave 2020 organized by the Calders and Immerses. Akent Sarvajit Bishnoi and Siddharth Nanda were the second runner-up who bashed rupees 5,000 together. They presented their presentation on the topic quality improvement in MgO CBRIC by adding nanocarbons altering mix regime. Both have been in our executive body and serving our club from the first day. It was a presentation competition, various seminars, exhibitions, panel discussions, and many more in virtual 3D event. This was a 2-day event which ended up with some of our favor. Secondly, going with the Maker 4th EHS 2021 virtual event organized by the American Society with the help of Korean chemical community. Yes, guys, this was an international event and the results were also amazing. This event had two competitions. One was a slide design and other is the presenter PPT one. Both of the competitions were won by our member Siddharth Nanda Bhaiya excelled second in the slide design with $100 prize and other Somdev Ganguly Bhaiya and Siddharth Nanda Bhaiya together won third in the presenter PPT one with a prize pool of $50. Siddharth Nanda Bhaiya presented a slide in the topic material challenges in alternative and renewable energy. Presenter part was a tough one. Slide authors made a PPT and the same slide presenters present the PPT. Impromptu matching is done where they get a slide and had 1 minute to think about it. And then they explain it to the jury. Slides were mostly on technical topics from material science background. Then we have international presentation competition organized by Inserts Jamshedpur. Various seminars, exhibition panel discussions, and many more in this were held in this virtual 3D event. Miss Ekta Kumari emerged as one of the top 10 winners with her teammates Mumni Das and Nithin Prithviraj. She has been the chairperson of our club. She presented on the topic optimization of torpedo gunning maintenance for improving campaign life, on which she excelled and was in the top 10. Here we are with the MRS PPTK competition organized by the Materials Research Society, Boston, Massachusetts. Yes, it is an international level event with the material science enthusiasts all over the globe. Again, coming up with the familiar names you might have heard in the past three competitions, Somdev Ganguly Bhaiya and Siddharth Nanda Bhaiya won $400 prize in this. As I said, the slide authors made a PPT and the same slide presenters present the PPT. Impromptu matching is done where they get a slide and had 1 minute to think about it and then explain it to the jury. Slides were mostly on technical topics from the material science background. We have been kicking presentation competition and as you see have done a lot as a team. Last but not the least, Women of Metal. Sounds interesting but isn't easy to achieve. Women of Metal is a challenge-based competition organized by Tata Steel. This program is a piece of the MOSAIC initiative, a mission to boost diversity and inclusion. Season 5 of Women of Metal had more than 950 total participants, where they selected 50 sophomores from institutes like IITs, NITs, and likes. That participants go through rigorous selection process with technical challenges at different stages. NIT Rourkela on Women on Metal in season 5 had 6 participation in top 10 who cleared through these tough parts. A top 10 finalist Women of Metal achieved 2 lakh prize including a technical training intern and received a pre-placement offer. Guess what? Dipshika Brahma as a sophomore cracked out this working on the project on the topic role of carbon in refractory excelled in the OT conducted by AMCAT. She conducted a session together with us so that we get to know what she did, what she learned, and help us. Amidst of the pandemic and online classes, she believed on herself, and yes, she did it. She had a minor degree in materials and metallurgy department, which helped her. This event somehow collided with the exam, yet she tackled it up and ended up making us proud. We as a club, as a team, have achieved a lot, and this was only the achievements we have pursued in the past 2 years. I hope you joining us would of course add us and we would be able to win a lot of competitions more ahead. Thank you for listening to me. Yet, Sumit.
Thank you, Tushar, for this beautiful presentation. Now I would like to invite Asay to give introduction of our department and its professors. Asay, please.
A warm welcome to all. Myself Ashay. I'm sophomore from Industrial Ceramics. So this is the very first building in academic area to welcome you. This is Ceramic Department NITR established in 1994, nearly 27 to 28 years back in time. It might not look huge in first view, but we have lots of laboratories and workshops inside there. When our department found, there was only 2 rooms. One is classroom, one was lab. But in past 27 years, it has grown vast that now we have material characterization lab with dilatometer, DSE and TG lab, XRD X-ray diffraction lab for morphology of ultraminute powders, atomic force microscope, high temperature labs to study refractories, HMOR furnaces which can go up to 1450 degrees Celsius, chamber furnace which can go up to 1700 degrees Celsius, tube furnaces which can go up to 1450 degrees Celsius. We have diamond saws, refrigerator centrifuges, and whatnot. And regardless of instruments and resources, we have experience, qualified professors with influencing work in their research area fields. The person you see right now is Professor Debashish Sarkar, our HOD of department. He has done lots of research and almost 70 plus research publications he has. Professor Shantanu Bhattacharya, he is most experienced professor we have from the founding. He is working as professor from 1995. He is very strict about studies and most experienced. You need to attend his classes, and otherwise you will face consequences. All I can say. Professor Shantanu Bhattacharya, Shantanu Kumar Behera, he's serving as FACAD for freshers. All might have connected with him and contact with him. He is a very perfect professor. He done his PhD of material science and Engineering from Lehigh University, USA. Professor Japesh Bera. He is very generous and kind person. He is a very good teacher, and he has done many research currently ongoing under him. You can contact him anytime. Professor Swadesh Pratihar. Professor Bhattacharya always praise him. He done his PhD from Jadavpur University, and he is our alumni. Professor Sunipa Bhattacharya. She is only female in our department, and she also done her PhD from Jadavpur University. She has more than 30 publications. She teaches us fuel and furnace laboratory, and many courses she will teach in future. Professor Arun Chaudhary, he's very dedicated guy, and he actually after checking papers sent to us, give reviews, and he will be teaching you units operation laboratory in third semester. Mr. Bibhu Bhushan Nayak. He is faculty advisor for Sophomus. He done his MTech from IIT Kharagpur, PhD from IIT Bombay. Professor Ritvik Sakar. He is known as man of refractories. He has written his own book on refractories, which is followed all over India. Professor Sumit Kumar Pal. He works on bioceramics. He will teach us bioceramics lab in future semesters. Professor Ratnaprata Muzumdar. He done his PhD from CSIR, CGCRI Kolkata. He's a man of ceramic technology, College of Ceramic Technology, Kolkata. Professor Sudeep Dasgupta. He has research interests in biomaterials, drug delivery systems, and all. He done his MTech in IIT Kanpur, PhD from USA. Professor Partha Saha. He also done his PhD from in the University of Alabama, USA. Professor Arindam Paul. He done his MTech from IIT Kanpur and PhD from IISc Bangalore. Thank you. Sumit.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. Now I would like to invite Partha and Ritvik for giving a short session on what is ceramic and its wonder. Partha, Ritvik, please.
Thank you, Sumit. Are you presenting? I
No,
guess the
wait.
presentation is stopped. Yeah.
Guys, please hold on a minute. We will be starting.
Yeah, Partha, is it visible now? Hello, Parth.
It's visible. It's
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah,
Can you move on to yeah, एक minute. Yeah. So thank you, Sumit. Hello, everyone. I'm Partha Mishra. I'm a sophomore student of Ceramic Engineering Department at NIT Rourkela, and I am joined here with my classmate Ritvik. We'll be discussing today about the wonders of ceramics. So, what picture comes to your mind when you hear ceramics? Most probably you will associate ceramics with some of these mentioned in this slide. Tiles in your bathroom, sanitary ware, maybe your dinner set of cups and bowls. Ceramics hold a high status symbol in the society that you may not realize instantly, but would tend to overlook it. For example, dinnerware. Ceramic cups and crockery are an essential commodity in our home. You may have been served a hot cup of coffee on a chilly morning in a plastic cup, but you would agree that it is the glazed porcelain ceramic cups and plates with which the table is dished out before your guests and relatives come home. Be it the glazed tiles in your bathroom or the porcelain cups and bowls, ceramics dominate our lives and can be seen as our constant companion. Moving on, why was ceramics developed in the first place? What was the need?
Actually, the tale of ceramics and how they got their high status in the material world dates way back before paper, plastics, glass, or metals were manufactured. In fact, ceramics is the first engineering material known to man. As we all know, that necessity is the mother of all inventions. So, the need to develop storage and collecting vessels led people to discover ceramics. They were hard, strong, and could be shaped into these vessels, without which agriculture would have been practically impossible. Although there are many ways of defining ceramics, the classic definition given by W.D. Kingery, who is regarded as the father of modern ceramic engineering, goes something like this: the art and science of making and using solid articles which have as their essential component and are composed in large part of inorganic and non-metallic materials. So broadly speaking, most solid materials that aren't metal, plastic, or derived from plants or animals are definitely ceramics. So let us now look at an interesting way at the manufacturing of ceramic cups.
Ceramic processing involves a great deal of high temperature chemistry and atomistic engineering. In the manufacturing of ceramic cups, it all begins with mixing of powders. Through a lot of trial and error methods adopted in the past, it was found that a mixture of crushed kaolin, quartz, and feldspar minerals, along with the crushed and burnt bones from livestock, would give us the perfect workable clay when water is added to it. Now this clay is molded into the desirable shape whose condition is similar to that of a premature baby, too fragile and wet. Just as the baby feels secured in the mother's womb, a box-like container made out of fire clay is where the clay body is placed to protect it from just falling apart and also to protect it from superheated smokes and fumes that may discolor the white clay body. Just as the umbilical cord delivers the nutrients for the proper growth of the baby, the high temperature inside the kilns help the clay to dry out and forms a porous body similar to a stacked up sand castle devoid of water content. As there is no water to hold the minerals together, it is crucial to fill in the pores that are created. And the job is done by raising the temperature further to about 1300 degrees centigrade. And the magic begins. Now the solid body has partly turned to liquid and fills in the small pores that were created similar to the veins carrying blood to different organs of the baby. So the cup is freed up from all its defects by raising the temperature. It first allows the atoms from the edges and surfaces of the solid crystals to relocate or diffuse to the next crystal. and in its attempt reduce the pore size. And then raising the temperature further leads to partial melting of the solid, which would allow the pores to get filled in with it. And finally, it gets densified when the kiln is cooled down and occupies all the pore sites. Finally, the vitrified body that we have obtained is removed carefully from the kiln. It is then given a gentle flick to ensure there is no defects in it. Similar to it is similar to kind of a gentle slapping of the baby's bottom that is given to inspect their safe delivery. And there you have it. That's your ceramic cup, and you can have your nice cup of coffee in it. Moving on. Do you know? Uh, Wait a minute. Uh, yeah. Yeah. Do you know what are the different categories of materials based on their engineering applications?
Yeah, Partha, absolutely. There are four different types of materials based on their compositions, which are ceramics, metals, polymers, and semiconductors. But what is the importance of ceramics amongst these materials? So let us understand this through an example, which would begin with a question. Why are ceramics more preferred to make your cups and crockery sets?
Yeah, let's examine different materials for making our cups and balls. You might go for a wooden cup because it's aesthetic, because of its aesthetics and wood being an organic material. But if you pour your coffee into your wooden cup and let it sit, then it will absorb those flavors into its pores easily and might give you a discomforting taste when you intend to use it again for another drink. Let's say you go for a metal cup. In fact, you might argue that we use metal cutleries like forks, spoons all the time. Then why don't we use it regularly to make cups? Well, turns out that even though metals are strong and stiff, but they are good conductors of heat as well. So pouring the hot coffee into these cups and containers might not be the best option. Let's say you opted for plastic cups. They do come in different colors, but plastics can structurally degrade on exposure to UV rays from the sun. Let's say you move on to paper cups. Now, paper cups are recyclable, but the wax coating that is applied on it to make it waterproof is impossible to recycle. So what we are left with? Ceramics, on the other hand, are unaffected by UV rays or chemical attack. They resist scratching much better than any other materials. And the stains that are caused by oils and fats are easily removed from the surface. So, does ceramic engineering revolve only around the study of making pots sanitary ware? Ritvik, what is your view?
Well, prepared to be amazed. To witness how cutting edge the material has become, let's look into some modern day ceramics. So now jumping into the modern day ceramics, we will discuss about ceramics in electronics, ceramics in aerospace, and ceramics for better electrical vehicles. So we will now discuss about ceramics in electronics, which will consist of passive electronic components. From a market standpoint, it is the passive electronic components that are receiving the most demand. Passive components like resistors, capacitors, and not able to control the flow of electrons in a circuit, unlike the active components like diodes. These passive components either only store or transform energy. So let us now discuss about fixed and variable resistors, which use ceramics to dissipate energy, ceramic capacitors for energy storage, inductors which use a magnetically permeable ceramic to create a magnetic field, and circuit protection devices which use a semiconducting ceramic to protect the circuit against transient voltage surges. All of these ceramic materials are categorized under electroceramics. In fact, there is another bizarre property of certain ceramics called PZTs or piezoelectric ceramics that are used in devices which you might not have expected.
Yeah. So what is piezoelectricity? It is basically made up of two components, that is piezo, which means the to press, and electricity, which is produced as a response to pressing. So these materials are able to generate electricity in response to a mechanical strain. This is what we call a direct piezoelectric response. But there is something more to these materials. They can also produce an inverse effect, that is, an electric field when allowed to pass through these piezoelectrics, it is able to produce a mechanical deformation. So these can be used to convert mechanical energy to electrical and vice versa, thus allowing these materials to function either as a motor or a generator. Let's see some of the applications of them in common devices. Gas igniters. Well, the most common example of finding a piezo ceramic is in your kitchen, the gas igniters. Their mechanism is quite simple actually, and can produce a sizable spark without any actual electrical source. When you press the button, it releases a spring-loaded hammer. The hammer is used to strike a rod-shaped piezoceramic. The sudden mechanical shock that it receives is enough to produce the spark. Moving on, we have buzzers. Another commonly used application of piezoceramics is in buzzers and speakers. In the buzzer circuit, a piezoelectric audio amplifier is present. When a supply voltage signal is applied across the piezoelectrics, they produce mechanical deformation which results in an amplified noise. Moving on, we have implantable hearing aid. Thin film PZTs act as microsensors and actuators and are extremely useful in hearing aid. These are basically tiny acoustic actuators that fit into cochlea. An input signal from the implant electrode would cause a diaphragm it's a diaphragm like piezoelectric material to vibrate and create sound pressure or acoustic pressure. It greatly aids an impaired eardrum to be able to recognize the speech in a noisy environment. Moving on, we have an ultrasound device. Well, when we apply an oscillating voltage on these piezo ceramics, we can cause it to squeeze at certain frequencies and cause it to oscillate. And this is how ultrasound device functions. So as the piezoelectric material vibrates at a certain frequency, it is able to produce sound wave. These sound waves then go into mother's womb and will hit the baby's organ and will bounce back. Now, as they bounce back, it is received by another PZT that takes the pressure waves and turns it into an electrical signal, which could be measured.
So guys, we all know that we are all are fascinated by our aerospace industry. So let us now discuss about ultra high temperature ceramics or simply UHTCs. Ultra high temperature ceramics or simply UHTCs are a class of refractory ceramics that offer excellent stability at temperatures exceeding 2000 degrees Celsius, being investigated as possible thermal protection system TPS materials, coating for materials subjected to high temperatures, and bulk materials for heating elements. Broadly speaking, UHTCs are simply borides, carbides, nitrides, and oxides of early transition metals. So, what is that thing that makes UHTC that strong? UHTCs all exhibit strong covalent bonding, which gives them structural stability at high temperatures. Metal carbides are brittle due to the strong bonds that exist between carbon atoms. The largest class of carbides, including hafnium, zirconium, titanium, and tantalum carbides, have high melting points due to covalent carbon networks, although carbon vacancies often exist in these materials. So this is that thing which makes UHTCs that strong.
Now let's see the ceramic solid state batteries. Currently, the electric vehicles hold about 1.1% of every new vehicle produced, and it is predicted to rise to about an 81% by about 2050. And in fact, as the demand of an electric vehicle will rise, so will the demand of ceramics. It is because of the oxide-based solid-state batteries, which are essentially ceramics and are lighter. They are more powerful, they are safer, and they're more safer than the existing lithium-ion batteries for the electric vehicles.
So let us now summarize all of the functional classification of advanced ceramics into a single slide. So let us now talk about electroceramics, which consist of packaged substrate, capacitors, piezoelectrics, thermistors, and varistors, which are essential products of electroceramics. Next up, magnetoceramics, which includes ferrite-based permanent magnets. Refractories are a class of ceramics with high fusion points. Refractory ceramics include large casting furnaces and high temperature tolerance block products in factories. So let us talk about next in technoceramics. Engines manufactured through advanced ceramics are 40% less loaded and more than 30% fuel savers compared to other engines, which are essential products of technical ceramics. Next up, optoceramics that are used in optoelectronic components or devices, composite armors, and screens for smartphones. Chemoceramics that includes spacecraft and missile tiles, pollution control devices, and etc. Bioceramics, which includes bones of various joints of the human body, artificial teeth, ear bone restoration, artificial heart valves, etc. And in the last, reactor ceramics, which covers the production of molecular energy and molecular fuel in the nuclear reactors.
Okay, at last, I would like to take up this quote by Galileo that goes something like this. These grand personages who set out to discover the great truth and never quite find it give me a pain. They can't find it because they are always looking in the wrong place. If you talk about our discipline, that is ceramics, you will find some amazing contributions of these materials in several applications, which you might not have imagined. In fact, we saw some of it ourselves. But just as it takes effort to realize the absolute truth, sometimes similarly to realize how interdisciplinary and how cutting edge this discipline is, you need to invest some amount of time and not just give in to the small prejudices that you might develop regarding the branch. Some amazing phenomena are happening in the material world that you might not perceive at first. After all, there is plenty of room at the bottom. Thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you guys for listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Parth and Ritvik, for giving us this enlightening session on ceramics. Now, next, I would like to invite Spandan and Aditya to talk about internships and placements. Spandan, Aditya, please.
Yep. Hello everyone, I'm Spandan Patra, a sophomore from the branch of ceramic engineering. I, with my friend Aditya, will be briefing about the placements and internships, which is the most exciting part of the session from the perspective of a student. Nowadays, in recent times, the awareness among students is quite high, and they start doing their internships from the second year itself. Students do their research internships at the reputed institutes and labs of India, like in various IITs, CSIR, DRDO, ISRO, etc. Nowadays, companies recruit students in the pre-final years, in the pre-final years for internships where they see their knowledge, performance, and based upon their skills, they are offered pre-placement offers. So I will be discussing the internships of our seniors and my batchmates. Siddhartha Bhaiya, the chairperson of our club, has done his research internships at the prestigious IITs Madras and Kanpur. We all know Tata Steel is one of the leading steel manufacturing companies of India and recruits from our campus by providing a healthy package. Somdev Bhaiya, Namrata Di, Achin Bhaiya, and Dipsika Di have all done their internships at Tata Steel. Coming to Nihar Bhaiya, the ex-treasurer of our club, has done his internships from IIT Hyderabad, IIT Delhi, and CSIR IMMT. Dalmia OCL is the fastest growing refractory company from where Naveen Bhaiya, Mayank Bhaiya, and Uday Bhaiya have done their internships. Sanjog Bhaiya and Divyanshu Bhaiya have done their internships at Accenture, which is an Iris IT company. Moving on to my batchmates, I've done my internships at Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, which is the leading defense manufacturer of aeronautics in India. Also, I did my internship at DRDO, the prestigious Defense Organization of India in my sophomore year itself. And Vijay Steel Plant is the first sword-based integrated steel plant in India where Asutosh Das and Partha Misra are doing their internships. Lastly, Purnima and I are doing our winter research internship at IIT Bhubaneswar. So it's finally upon you to explore your research and interest area, build up your contacts, and excel in your career. And the Department of Ceramic Engineering provides you opportunities starting from refractory to aeronautics. Uh, Handing it over to Aditya.
Yeah, thank you, Spandam, for taking the internship part. So let's move ahead with the placement part with me. Okay. From the perspective of an engineering student, placement is the most vital thing for us. In fact, most of us join a college inquiring about its placement statistics. So let's have a brief view upon the recent placement records of our seniors as well as our club members and have an idea how the placement is going on and what are the companies that have visited our campus. So next slide. So from the core sector, there are industries like Aditya Birla Group, MPI Refractories, Tata Steel, Reliance Industry, Vedanta, JSW, Saint Gobain, Piramal Glass, and many more companies, as you are seeing. So there is Aditya Birla Group, which has recruited Nihar Ranjan Mahanti and Nabya Kondapalli from BTech of Ceramic Engineering, and from dual degree, Ayan Datta Bhaiya, who is the training and placement coordinator of our branch as well. And here is MPI Refractories, which has proved itself as a primary recruiter of our branch and has recruited Ankita Banerjee and Suraj Bhan Singh Bhaiya from BTech and Monmi Das from dual degree of Ceramic Engineering Department. Next slide. Okay. Here is Namrata Naik D, who have done her internship at Tata Steel, also got an pre-placement offer through the Omena Metal program of Tata Steel. And for your kind information, Dipsika Verma, not mentioned in this slide, who is a pre-final year student and secretary of our branch, also have grabbed this opportunity. Next slide. Yeah. From non-core sectors, there are many industries as you can see on the screen, like ZS Associates, Wipro, EXL, Infosys, Tradence Analytics, Zensar, Nation with Nomo, TCS, HCL, iQuanti, Byju's, Arjun Academy for Achievers, Tata, and ICICI Bank. Yeah. So ZS Associates, which is a leading company in analytics sector, has recruited Rishabh Agrawal Bhaiya with a CTC of 12.88 LPA per annum. And next there is Tata Click, which has recruited Polkunda Chinmay from BTech and Siddhant Kumar Pareja from dual degree of Ceramic Department. And as follows with Gensar, which gave a placement offer to Animesh Kumar from BTech of Ceramic Engineering. And here is Wipro, it has recruited 3 students from our department, and they are M. Lakshmi, Birendra Nag, and Tansir Jarsan. So on this slide, Bishwajit Chaudhary from BTech of Ceramic Engineering, and he was placed in Tradence Analytics. And on this side, M. Lakshmi and Birendra Nag Bhaiya, who were recruited by Tata Ninja. And yes, there is our beloved Somdev Bhaiya or Golu Bhaiya, one of the most dedicated person in our club, and he has got a placement offer in Nation with Nomo. And in the other side, so Amartya Kumar Das Bhaiya, who was placed in iQuanti. From MTech of Ceramic Engineering Department, Alok Suman has got an pre-placement placement opportunity And then EXL service, which has recruited 3 students, and they are Anchit Sarabjit Bisoi, sorry, 2 students. They are Anchit Sarabjit Bisoi, Soumya Ranjan Patra, and Pankaj Agrawal. And for your information, as I know, Anchit Bhaiya has done a lot of interns onward his second year. He is one of the most dedicated senior and respectable senior for me. And there is Cubistan Consulting Company has recruited Ashish Naik and Debabrata Panda. And the other side as well, there is ICICI Bank, which has recruited Chandra Moli from BTech of Ceramic Engineering. On this slide, in educational field, Byju's for its associate content developer has recruited Bolleti Bamsa Krishna and Saurabh Sanjeev. And from MTech of Ceramic Engineering Department, it has recruited G. Moni Saikya. Arjun Academy of Achievers has recruited G. Moni Saikya. And at last, there is HCL, Hindustan Computer Limited, and it has recruited Siddhant Mahapatra from BTech of Ceramic Engineering. So all we want to say by showing this database is that you may have interest in core or in any non-core field. You may from ceramic department or any other and interested in material science or just here to upgrade your skill in any field. Our club and its experienced members who have achieved something in their life will help you out to reach your destination. That's all from my part. Thank you. I hand over to Sumit.
Thank you, Spandan and Aditya. Now, if you guys remember, we provided you with a Google form where we asked you to write some queries. So now our seniors will give answers to those queries. Seniors, please.
What are the queries?
Bhai, please wait. Ashay is sharing that again.
Also, first years can ask questions directly also. There are, I guess, some seniors present. Somdev is also who is placed. I can give some insights as much as I know. And other BTech or MTech who are already placed, they can give their insights. And any questions related to department, labs, professors, and all regarding the club, we can answer. Okay, go ahead. So how are you guys enjoying this? There are 54 or 55 attendants. Some 60 attendees were also there. So how you guys are enjoying this session? We are almost at the end of the session. So anyone likes to share experience? Maybe just 2 minutes break before we start the next, which one basically question and answer. Anyone just unmute and tell us about or anything they need to understand or something like that. Any query? Go ahead, please.
Hello, Bhaiya.
Hello.
Hello, Bhaiya. Like I want to ask that as you have mentioned that that the companies like Infosys and Wipro also recruit from the ceramic engineering department. Like for them, we
Yeah.
have to prepare for the differently. I mean, other than the ceramic engineering, or we have to stick to the our curriculum and then we will get placement in that on campus. I mean.
See, those lie under analytics and consultancy sector. So you have to prepare a little bit for them, but that's not a very big deal. So there are basically two sectors, that is the core and non-core. So Wipro and all lie under non-core sectors. So you have to prepare a little bit more than the traditional ceramic course that we read.
Means that you want to say that that on campus placements for ceramic engineering also come from the Wipro also.
Yes, a lot of companies are there. We are eligible for a lot of companies. We only showed the companies here in which the present batch is being placed. And now half of the placement share is still remaining, and a lot of companies will come and a lot of students will be recruited. But we are eligible for a lot of companies, and you can always sit in those.
Okay.
Why the questions are right in front of you? One question is career options for a ceramic engineer.
Career options, like I said, you can always go for placements or you can go for higher studies. Placements also you can go for core placements, non-core placements, and for higher studies you can do MTech and then you can do PhD. And a lot of richer scopes are there in the field of ceramics. Siddharth is very well versed in that field, so he will be able to guide more. But in the placement sector, the core industries that come to hire you, mainly they come from glass or refractories or whiteware, or steel industries that come to hire you. Those are the core, and in non-core, a lot of analytics, consultancy, and a lot of software companies also come for recruitment. So you can prepare for them as well.
Yeah, so they briefly said all about it. So, uh, first one, can you share last 2-3 years data placement? So all this placement, okay. So, okay. So regarding the placement, I guess Somdev has talked about. Just in very brief, we can say placements are good. If you're working on any field, the placements are good. Whether it's consultancy, analytics, core, anything, the placements are good. Average package, as you all wanted to know all the time, it's above 5. So at the age of 21, 22, that is something I don't want to mention, but still you will be having a good salary in your pocket. But for that you need to work hard. Okay, there are always some 5-6 guys every year, 3-4 guys, 2-3 guys who couldn't get placed because of some reasons. So that's why you need to find your what your target is and accordingly work on it. Okay, so there are opportunities, but you need to grasp. Okay, so you need to grab them. There are opportunities. Okay, so yeah, so work on it properly from the second year, and then obviously you'll get success. And regarding this, does ceramic branch is eligible for ICRB or GATE? Yes, ceramic branch is eligible for GATE. ICRB, I'm not sure what is ICRB, but for GATE it is there. And for GATE we are giving generally engineering sciences or EXE paper. So generally metallurgy students have their own branch paper, electrical have their own branch paper, but ceramics, polymer science, food processing, they generally give EXE, which is basically engineering sciences. And in engineering sciences there are 3 sections. One is obviously your maths and quant section, which is comprised of 30 marks. The rest of 70 marks you can obtain for any 2 papers, like you can go for material science, or you can go for fluid mechanics, or you go for thermodynamics. Generally ceramic students or material students choose material science, thermodynamics, or fluid mechanics, any 2 of them. Okay. So what is this? Shall we have to study how to make pots in our branch? How much inorganic chemistry is involved? Is there anything like we have to study all the semesters only inorganic chemistry related? How are the internship opportunities of this for ceramics? Okay, anyone wants to go ahead? Go ahead.
Yeah,
I think
not
is there.
ICRB is for ISRO.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, Achint, you might want to share.
Okay, first question is, shall we have to study how to make pots? Yes, as a matter of fact, yes. In whiteware, if you had labs, I mean, if you will have labs in the future, then you will have to make pots of whiteware and then glaze it and all the process. But you know, the kind of earthenware pots like you use in your homes, if you use those kind of things, you won't be needed to do. And in our branch, how much inorganic chemistry is involved? Inorganic chemistry, yes, it's a big part. You know, ceramics are almost 90% inorganic. It's almost everything is inorganic chemistry, and more than chemistry, it will be about the phase diagrams and material properties. And after that, is there anything like we have to study all the semester only inorganic chemistry related courses? Sorry, I didn't get it. Is there anything like you have to study all the semester. Oh, no, no, no. Like you are in the first year, then you have all the common subjects, but from the second year, you will be introduced to the branches, and then basics of the subjects, the fundamentals will be made clear to you. Along with that, in the third semester, you will have one subject from mathematics, and one will be a humanities subject that will continue for 2 more semesters, that is third and fourth semester. Then from the fifth semester, there will be another business related subject, I can say, that's business research, that was BRM, business research methodology. And after that, you will not have any extra subjects as such. There will be only branch related subjects, but all of them are not about inorganic chemistry, because ceramics have so many different sub topics and subdivisions, like glass and whiteware and refractories. So each of these individual subjects will be explained to you in general, and the underlying concepts will be explained to you in detail, with courses like process ceramics or structural ceramics or tribology of materials, and courses like that. How are the internship opportunities for ceramics? Officially, from the placement committee point of view, internship opportunities for ceramic students are there, but for ceramic, BTech in ceramic engineering, there aren't many internship from either the IT or software which allow all the branches to sit and give the exam. And for the core companies, there are some like Tata Steel used to come. They might come this year, maybe. And female students have a chance to participate in Women of Metal. That's an in the Pan India program. Other than that, you can pursue internships in different fields other than just industries. Like you can pursue internships in IITs. There are different internship programs of IITs, like Search of IIT Kanpur, I think. About research internships, Siddharth can guide better. But if you want to pursue internships in industries, then you can always approach to the industries on your own. Just state your interest that you want to pursue an internship, and then I'm sure some of the industries will be interested to provide you internship opportunities if you are interested enough and they see that you want to learn a lot.
Yeah, Deepshika, any more questions? Yeah.
Okay, so
Bhai,
first
I
one
think
is
the
about
first.
dual degree. Hello,
Yeah,
am I
you're
audible?
Yeah.
Okay, so first one is dual degree. It's a very long question, but in brief, I can say you are not interested in coding, but you are dual degree students and you interested in the core placements. Ceramic worthless and join a coding job which is not at all interested. Should I make my 5 years knowledge about? Acha. No. See, for dual degree students, we always have a very less number of students, like 9, 10, 6, 7, like that. Okay, so I can say per student you can have more than 2, 3 jobs in hand. Like if you can grasp, and that's a different thing. But like in our senior batch, as already mentioned, out of 6 or 7 guys, there are 4 already placed in dual degrees. Okay, in our year also, students in dual degree are doing good. They're almost doing good internships. They're toppers, they are good students, and they are doing well. Okay, so if you are getting into dual degree, then there is nothing to worry about. There are sufficient companies who will be coming for placements. Okay, so there are lots of companies that's already mentioned, and Datta, Munmi Das. Okay, they are all dual degree students. Okay, so they they were the initial one to get good placements in the core sector, whether it's MPI Refractory, whether it's Aditya Birla. Okay, so there are companies, so you don't need to be like worthless. If you want to pursue your career in this core field, then go ahead, no issue. If you don't like coding, then there is no like force to do coding and all. You can just stay to the core branch and there are placements you can grab. Okay, so there is nothing to worry about. Whether you are a dual degree or BTech degree, if you are sticking to the core, then it is fine. But I should say, as we all know, ki just have some bit of coding understanding. Okay, whether you want to pursue a career in that field or not, that's a different thing, but have this understanding because it will diversify your career options. Okay, in future you might get into or might not get into, but have the understanding of it. And if you're still not wanting, then it's fine. Okay, there is no big issue. You stick to the field and you'll get placed. Okay, so it's not a big deal. After completing graduation in ceramics, into what type of sectors can we go and get placed? So in the field of if it is related to higher studies, I can say once you get out of ceramic department, there is no ceramic exist. Okay, it's all material science. You can get into any field. Okay, you just there are actually basically you can get do masters and PhD, that is for the higher studies. Okay, or you can basically MTech and PhD that you can do, or you can go for abroad MS and then for the PhD, that is for the higher studies part. And for other sectors, I guess other who are placed, they are better, they can better explain.
Yeah,
Arjun,
like
can
I said,
I think that's on them.
like I said that core sector and non-core sector, and for non-core also, there is a question here that will I be able to get a software-based job? Yes, you will. If there are many software companies which allow ceramic students to sit, and then from there it all depends on your caliber whether you are able to crack that job or not. But yes, ample opportunities you will be getting both in core and both in non-core sectors, and the rest is upon you. Should I learn coding in ceramic or should I stick with my? So what I would suggest is that as your internship starts from third year onwards, and job in fourth year, so you have 2 years to explore yourself. I would suggest that ceramic, so you have to learn for good CGP in the branch. I would suggest that you also start exploring with your coding, and then you see where your interest takes you. So it is always good to explore new things. Achint, do you want to add something?
No, I just wanted to say whatever you said. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like there are two more questions in the chat box. Please, anyone answer that?
Yes. Entrepreneur from materials and ceramics. Yes, you may go through our previous flashback Fridays. And Siddharth, would you be able to throw some light?
Regarding the entrepreneur, yeah, definitely. You must have heard about Suta sisters. Basically, they are SEO. They one of them are the alumni of our department. Okay, and they are one of the leading entrepreneurs in currently in India regarding, I guess, on on basically attires, models, saris. They basically their product is basically sari, and they are actually very famous. And we have interviewed them. There are contacts. You can contact them also. Apart from that, also many. There is also Ranjan Das, who has actually completed his PhD and then MBA also, and he started his own company of producing carbon, a different, basically a very less time consuming and cheaper way of producing carbon. So that is basically the current need. Okay, so and regarding, I guess, that entrepreneurs, yes, we can get an entrepreneur, so there is not a big deal in that. Um from materials and ceramics, yeah, from materials ceramics, as I mentioned, so there are lots of entrepreneurs. I just mentioned 2 3. We have not been in contact with all of them. You can find them in LinkedIn, or if you want to pursue your career, you can also go ahead. But that's, you can say, after you do something, like after completing your BTech, you gain some experience, then you go for entrepreneurs. I don't think just after BTech, if you are getting into, I don't know what is the success rate and all. So yeah. how to grab a job or internship in ISRO from ceramic branch is, I guess there is someone who has got an internship in ISRO.
I think we get a webmail regarding that. They have specific vacancies for particular branches, and I think from there you may fill for the ISRO vacancies. So that comes in the third year, that pre-final year. So you have to, if there are vacancies, then we get a call. It all depends on the vacancies and if there is a requirement for a ceramic engineer there.
And even
Oh.
if your minor is in that department, they also allow. I've heard that. I'm not sure about it, but yeah.
Yeah, nowadays they have started allowing minor branches also, but it has just started. So let's see. We have 2 years till your internships, so it is a long time. And anyone who is willing to check out the placements and the packages they are asking, you may visit the Monday Mornings website, and there you can go to the live placements and you may check the packages and average CTCs. So instead of asking the seniors, you can directly go there and check out.
So it seems Priti wants to ask some question. You can say it if you want. Ask it.
Yeah. Achint? Achint?
Yeah.
Yeah. Preeti's question.
Where is the question?
Like Priti, are you available? You were raising hand, right? So you can ask whatever you wanted.
Yeah, so I'm actually unable to understand how internship means sophomores are getting internships means from the core branches, core companies, sorry.
Yeah.
So like you have to approach some companies or they come to the
No, the companies will not
college.
come to you for if you want to pursue an internship in the sophomore year, that is either after the third semester in the winter break or after the fourth semester in the summer break. Then first of all, before the set duration starts, you have to take around 1.5 month time, and you have to start approaching the industries or the research institutes where you want to pursue internships.
Like how do
Let
we
me.
approach them?
You can mail them, or if you have any contacts with the HR of the industries, then you can either mail them or talk to them over phone call, and you can state that I am a student of ceramic department of NIT Rourkela, and I want to pursue an internship for this duration, and can it be arranged, and what are the requirements, so what all documents I have to submit, or what other thing can be done. Like that, you have to talk to them and get to know if they have any plans to entertain internships in that particular academic year.
So what will be the basic eligibility for getting an internship?
My suggestion would be that if you don't have any contacts elsewhere, then you try to approach those companies in which your seniors have already done internships, because that way the companies know that students from this college and this branch come, and they will be expecting that you approach them. So it will be easy for you to grab that internship opportunity. Okay.
So means do you have any idea about the eligibility which we should have?
Eligibility is simply that
In
you
the
are a
sense
student
like
of.
what kind of knowledge we should have before getting into that company or how much CGPA we should have or
There is no criteria of CGPA if you are approaching yourself.
okay.
First of all, if you are approaching yourself, there is no said eligibility.
Okay.
Simply that you are a student of ceramic department of NIT Rourkela makes you eligible to pursue internship. Okay. In addition to that, whatever extra knowledge you have, whatever previous experiences you have, that's to your credit, to help you learn more and more and get more opportunities easily. Once you have one internship, then on the basis of that, you can get another ones also. But to get that first break, that thing matters. For that, you have to work a little harder. Like you have to convince them that you really want to learn, and then you have to get that internship, right?
Yeah, I would like to add something that the mail that you send and the SOP that you write should be very strong. SOP means a statement of purpose, that why you want to pursue this internship and what are your previous knowledges, and on what basis they might select you. So that writing, that is a very important part, and that you will learn gradually.
So a student, one particular student can have how many internships?
Any number of internships until unless it is off campus. But on campus, if a company comes to hire you for an intern, then you can have only one intern from the campus.
Off campus means which we are going to approach ourselves.
Yeah, you can have any number of interns.
Is there any chance of on-campus internship?
Yeah, like Tata Steel was there, and we had intern there. Tata Steel comes to hire us. Saint Gobain is also there, which comes to hire us. So there are companies. See, the placement and internship scenario in core mainly depends on the availability and requirement. On that basis, some year some companies face a requirement. Some year other companies might face a requirement. So on that basis, companies come for recruitment.
So while having the internships, do we miss out our curriculum and means academics as well?
Preferably, you should have an intern during the winter or the summer break.
Okay.
In between, if you are there offline in the campus, you cannot step out of the campus. You have to attend your classes. So you cannot go elsewhere to do an intern. So in online mode, if you can manage, then it's well and good. But in offline, it's not possible.
Okay.
So this one, Divya Rachna Naik, you have, if any query, then you can ask. Divya Rachna, are you available?
Yes. I have a question that during the internship, do we have to have a representation of a project on a certain subject or something? Just if we go for a off-campus one.
Sorry, can you explain the question again?
If we go for a project, like on a certain subject, if we go for a project during the intern, if we want to do only in that particular type of topic, if we want to get a job in that particular, so do we need to do a project something to just approach to that industry?
Yes, you might approach our department professors too. If they have availability, then they might also give you interns, means to projects that you can work under them. So that also is a possibility. And then you might approach the particular industry, showing that you have a previous knowledge on that subject.
From one.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
As a core branch student, can we approach non-core companies as internship?
You can, given that the eligibility that they present is eligible for all. A lot of software and non-core branches are there, which might not make us eligible, but a lot of companies make us eligible. So you have to check the eligibility criteria first, and then you may approach, and the rest depends upon your skill.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Ritik, you want to ask?
Will not be taking more
Yes,
than
Bhaiya.
1 2 questions.
Yeah, some final questions. Yes.
Yes, I want to ask that if I want to pursue MTech from some foreign universities, can I change my branch there, or should I need to follow the branch from where I've done BTech?
No. For MTech, you will first give GATE, and then depending upon your score, you will be given some related stream. Okay, so basically, students from ceramics, they can get into nano materials related to work. Okay, so basically they can get into industrial ceramics like that. Okay, so that is depending upon, actually every branch having lots of subcategories. in which you can basically get into get your MTech degree. Okay, so there is nothing like you need to change your branch or something based on your past. Like if you are giving ceramics from our department, then you give GATE in XZ, and then you basically get into IITs. So depending on, you'll be having options to choose. Okay, so whichever field you want to, because ceramics and material science is very large, it's very vast. So there are thousands of subcategories, you can say. Okay, there are lots of subcategories you can get into. So you don't need to like change any branch. It's like that. It's like there are options you can go for. Okay.
Okay, Bhaiya. Thank you.
Yeah. So I guess induction form has already been shared, and the session is already started for like it's almost 2 hours. So there are lots of questions regarding placements and internships, which we tried our best to answer, and other details you can also get from this orientation, and also from the Monday morning website, which is there, which regularly updates regarding the placements and internships. And okay, so there are opportunities are present, so it completely depends upon you how you shape your career, how you work on your skills. Okay, so don't just think about that. It's first year, try to explore different field and try to choose a field where you want to pursue your career. Okay, so don't need to worry about it. There are like it's not that you are behind of any students, other students who are doing good and not. So it's not like that. Take your time, work on your skills, and life is not a 100-meter race, it's a marathon. Okay, so at the end of the day, no one will look what you did in your BTech or anything. In long run of 10 to 15 years, people will seek you where you have reached. Okay, so give yourself time and work on it. I guess the induction form is shared, try to fill it up. Okay, so we seniors here who are already placed in different companies and all, so we can help you in that also in future. So for time being, just fill up the induction form. Okay, and I guess we should conclude the session because we all have some work to do, and we can spare more time, right?
I guess we have another question from Preeti. Preeti, you can unmute.
Yeah, so when we will do our internships, will be awarded with some certificate or something which will add to our resume.
Yes, yes, that is the main purpose of the internship.
Yeah,
The certificate.
okay.
You can
That was
also get awards, you can get stipend in terms of cash. So there are lots of things are there. Okay, so yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, so we are
Okay, I
already
just
in
want
we have
to add up
WhatsApp group, right?
something.
Yeah,
Sorry.
please.
Okay, so I just want to add something. Okay.
Yeah,
Students
Shakti.
have like first years normally have some doubt like we are in ceramic department and will we be able to do this? Like can we entrepreneurs or can we able to crack some top companies and all? Okay, basically being in ceramic department doesn't make you eligible for all those things. It only depends on you. If you have the relevant skills and if you have all those like abilities to crack companies, then you can. If you want to make something big, then it depends on you. It is just a part of life, like the 12th class 10. It is also a part of life. Ceramic department will not define you who you are. It's you who will define who you are. So just have a mindset that ceramic department will be defined by you. You won't be defined by ceramic department. It's totally depends on a mindset. If you have a correct mindset, then you can crack everything. Students for analytics and consulting who are preparing for analytics and consulting sector, a company like JDS is like for dream job for all the students who are preparing for analytics, and students have cracked JDS. I would say that many alumni are there in topmost companies like Microsoft, EY, JDS. Just go through LinkedIn, and most of the, I would say, 60 to 70% of the alumni, and I'm like quite concrete about the stats. I have done some from 2014 onwards, like from 1998. The department started in 1994. Okay. So in 1998, probably the first batch like got out from the department. Okay, so from 1998 to 2014, I have done some research, and majority of the like alumni are in some like higher positions like manager or general manager or senior manager, like those position in more of the core companies.
Okay.
Okay. And so it's basically they could do it in 2010 or 2008, where there was a very less scope in engineering, and now you are like getting a lot of opportunities, you have a lot of resources to do it. So it totally depends upon you. If you want to make it, you can. If you don't want to, if you want to give excuse that I am in this department, they are getting eligible, I am not, then it no one can help you. Okay, so we all are here to help you all. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, it's a family, not a branch or something like that. It was mentioned to us when we were in first year, like in our first branch meet, official branch meet, it was mentioned that we are a family. So we are here to help you all. So if you have any doubt, you can surely text us. We have like I would be sharing the numbers of all the EC bodies or all the seniors. You have in the group yes, who have got the internships. There are many students from the fourth year who are quite skilled, or from the third year. You can approach them if you have any need. Okay, so this much from my side. Nanda Bhaiya, you can just sum up the things. Thank you.
Yeah, I think the induction form has been shared, and you all must go through the inductions. And Dipshika, please give the closing conclusions. I guess she's
Okay.
not here. So yeah, Siddharth.
Yeah, so finally, we're end up the meeting, I guess, induction. So the induction form has been circulated. There are different teams are present. Okay, so the web development team, designing team. So details has been mentioned, like what are the tasks has been asked to submit, and also regarding the importance of the team, what we expect from you, designing team. We expect you to design posters for various events, various festivals and all. Content team, we expect you to write contents, draft the event details like the orientation program that has been done today, organized today. One of the content team members will be asked to summarize whatever the thing has been done today. So there is scientific writing team who we generally want and emphasize given emphasize give more and more, because we expect them to at the end of the when they pass out from our club, they should have idea about writing, how to write blogs, and how to have skills of scientific writing. So different divisions are there. You can accordingly fill up the form, and last date is I guess 16 Jan 12 noon. So accordingly you need to submit. And so I welcome you all. Like I am expecting the most of you to get inducted and share with your branch mates, ceramics department and material science, and whoever having interest for material science, you can share with them the induction form and get inducted, and so that we can start working on various events soon. Okay, I guess that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, any of your branch mates who might have missed the orientation, they can still fill the induction form, and please attend the please give the inductions. So yeah, that's all. Hope to see you in the club soon.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you,
okay,
Bhaiya, for
everyone, we
this
will
insightful session.
about the modalities of induction in the WhatsApp group. All right. So let's leave now. Thank you.
Yeah, everyone can leave now. Okay. Thank you for attending. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, everyone. Partha, are you there?
Yes.
Stop the recording. You guys are present, so
Okay.
you can stop it.
Yeah.